we think we know where we're going in life, but looking back, it's like I had no idea. You literally never know what you're going through right now, like what that will mean to you in the future. And for the first time in my life, what I had written in my journal that I wanted to accomplish, I can look at this and that is exactly what my life looks like right now. Hey everyone, it's Sandra and welcome back to my channel. As you just saw, I am working a little bit on my planner and kind of doing a little bit of a reset. I do want to do finance and life update, but I think I'm going to call more of like a check-in today because I have updated you, but I'm just kind of checking in on the progress of what I've done. But I am currently working. This is a Panda planner, which I was given by a friend, not by the company or anything. And I am just working through thinking about things I want to do to make this week great, habits I'm focusing on developing, what I'd like to learn that's new, passion projects, and then like planning out my week. I already know that I want to focus on getting up one YouTube video a day. And that's not on this channel. It is a video on each of my channels per day. So I am going to be trying to focus on that, and then also dealing with school stuff, practicum stuff, work, those applications that I need to continue working on, all of these things. So I am going through and prioritizing in my planner what's most important. Okay, I got this planned out and I'm just gonna share my top 5 goals because I showed you this spread of what I wrote out, but pretty much what I want to focus on this week. I want to make sure that I do that one video a day, making up one video on each channel. So one video a week for each channel, but one video a day. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. And then I have done really well at establishing a morning health routine. And this week I want to focus on establishing a nighttime health routine and then resetting my sleep routine and going to sleep at a decent hour because it's usually like 11 o'clock at the earliest when I go to sleep, and that's not great since I want to wake up earlier. So I'm going to try to shift that. The third thing is I need to secure my practicum for my teaching program. Very simple. I just need to figure out what school I'm going to be doing that with. I need to send my Patreon gifts for the month, and I need to finish those applications that I was talking about earlier. So that's everything that's in my planner. I want to include this clip after the planner. Nothing has really changed in terms of finances right now, and I'm still nervous and scared because I don't have what I need. God will provide, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I was watching earlier a Michelle B video from years ago where she was talking about like a mid-year reset, and I'm actually using some of the tips that she included in that video for my Q4 reset. In leadership, we always talked about things in terms of quarters, and Q4 is October through December. So I want to kind of reshift my focus and do the things that are most important for the next and last 3 months of this year. And so I'm going to be doing some of that. One of the things she was talking about was like scrolling on social media and finding a way to use your time better, basically. And I can link this video because she explains it so much better than I do. I will link her video if I can find it again. She was talking about like social media, and I was thinking like I have the tendency to scroll social media when I am not sure what to do next, looking for connection, or when I want to show people that I care about them. So I was like, there has to be a better way to do this. So I came up with these things that I want to do instead of scrolling social media as often as I do. Text someone you're thinking about. Read. For me, it's going to be read the Bible. I'm going to try to do the 1 Samuel reading challenge that Janine Amapola is doing this month in October. I just thought that that would be cool because there's 31 chapters in that book and 31 days in October. We're already on the 2nd of October. when I'm filming this, but I'm gonna try to replace some screen time with that. Plus, oh, you're on my phone, but how easy is it? I've got the Bible app. I can just click on that instead of Facebook. That will take care of the connection part, because connection with God is so much more fulfilling than connection with people can ever be. But at the same time, want to care for people, so texting someone instead of jumping on social media is my goal. And then that reading challenge. And then for when I'm looking for something to do, it's either time to take the next step in whatever booktube video I'm working on, or make sure that my video for the day has been finished. So that is what I'm doing instead of social media. I'll let you know how it goes. So the next thing you're going to see me do is add songs to a new playlist. So I'm going to make a Q4 playlist, or just the songs that I have loved from the last few months that I would like to hear more of, because I tend to have like songs that I really love for a few months at a time, and then it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I don't want to hear that all the time, and I start skipping it. I don't necessarily want to get tired of my favorite songs, so I am just going to focus on some of my favorites that I love. I mean, I love all the songs in this playlist, but I'm just gonna add the ones that I like never skip, that I always want to listen to, and that are really what I am believing for in Q4. So I'm gonna do that. So that's my playlist. It's really not that different from the playlist that I have, but what will happen is if I hear a song that I really like that's very meaningful to me over the next 3 months, I'll add it to the playlist. So I kind of enjoy doing that, and it just makes it a little bit fresher. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video, it is a little bit later, which is why my hair is up now. Last thing I wanted to talk about in this video is, well, something that's been on my mind, and that is 5 years ago. If you followed my channel or found my channel because of my bar exam content, I'm just thinking about how that was 5 years ago, and 4 years ago since I passed, but like 5 years ago, I think October 3rd is when the results came out. Could have been the 5th. I don't even know. And that's the crazy thing. Like, when you're in it, you're like waiting for the day that results come out, and then 5 years later it's like I couldn't even tell you what day it was. This is gonna get like very just my thoughts, brain dumpy, but I'm just thinking about like where I was in life 5 years ago, where I thought my life was going, and where I'm glad it didn't. I'm just thinking about like where I was. I had just moved home in expectation of moving to a different city that's like where my hometown is like halfway in between where I lived and where I was planning to move. So I came home and I got involved in a local church and was volunteering. I had just started volunteering there 5 years, and then I found out that I hadn't passed the bar exam the first time. And I just remember that weekend, like just being very like numb to it until that weekend at church when I just started crying. Kind of embarrassing, but something hit. It's just weird to think about that being 5 years ago, because then I went into that whole process again, and I really shifted the way that I did it, and I was very intentional about doing things differently and like doing things the way that worked for me instead of just following the system that everyone does, because that didn't work for me at all. And so once I thought about like how I learned and how my brain is organized, it helped so much. And then also today I was going through some stuff, like physical, tangible stuff from back then, and I found all of the like, well, I could show you that. It's kind of like that, but just like post-it notes where every day I had written a Bible verse on a post-it note, and that was like my focus for the day. And I feel like that genuinely helped, and also is a lot to do with my success the second time, because I hadn't done that the first time, and it really just brought things into perspective. I don't know, I'm just thinking about all this stuff now, and yet at the same time it's like I'm glad that things happened the way that they did. I would not want to do it again. Pretty much would refuse if it was offered to me. Yeah, no. But I also appreciate that because I had to take that exam again, I got more involved in my church that I was part of for the last 5 years. And genuinely one of the best parts of my life. I guess all of this I'm thinking about, it's like we think we know where we're going in life, but looking back, it's like I had no idea that not getting what I wanted at that time in my life would lead me to something that I want so much more, you know? Which I feel like I have to be very vague just for safety reasons. On my channel because you're like working through the bar exam or something like that, or anything in life that you are working hard for and wanting or facing disappointment in. I know it sounds cliche, but just remember that things are happening for a reason and it could be way better than you think it's gonna be. So now that we had that lovely heart-to-heart, I don't know, I'm just thinking about what 5 years ago was. I'm also thinking about what a year ago was, because there was just such a shift in things this time last year that it's really hard to believe was already a year ago. Life is just weird. And I seriously wish that I had vlogged more, because I feel like it would be so cool to look back on. And so that's why I want to be consistent with this. Even if I feel like the vlogs that I'm making, like this one, I feel like I am just babbling about nothing that anybody cares about. But I want to make it because I told myself that I would, and because I want to have it to look back on, because you literally never know what you're going through right now, like what that will mean to you in the future. So that's just my thoughts on that. I think that's everything for this video. I don't think there's anything else that I had to update you on. There's not really much else that I can say. I am supposed to get paid for some stuff that I did last week, or maybe it was the week before. So I am supposed to have some income coming in, but I don't have that amount for you. I can't update you on that, but I will probably try to remember next week. Maybe next week I will do just like a regular finance update. See, it just depends on how things go this week. Let me know in the comments if what I said helped you at all, or if I'm just rambling and you would rather not hear it. Let me know in the comments if it resonated at all. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, because it does help this channel. And I also would like for people to find my channel for videos like this that will be more like what I'm going to be posting on here than my old bar exam videos, which I still keep up. I've thought about taking them down just because that's not what my channel's about, and I feel like people subscribe for that and they're probably not going to get that much legal bar exam content just because that's not my life anymore. But at the same time, I hope that helped if you did subscribe for that. Anyway, oh my gosh, I have to say this one thing before I end. I was looking back in my journal to when I started this one at the beginning or the middle of August. So August 17th is what I was reading. And for the first time in my life, what I had written in my journal that I wanted to accomplish and like the habits I wanted to build for the first time ever, I can look at this and that is exactly what my life looks like right now. And I literally almost cried because it was like so mind-blowing to think that I actually have been building those habits that I said I wanted, which is like, should have been doing this all 31 years of my life, but like just to see that progress in the last 2 months is really exciting. And there's still stuff that I definitely want to work on, but I was reading and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is exactly how I spend my time. It was really cool. Anyway, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and do that right now because you watched this whole video, so why not subscribe? You can join the fun. Whatever nonsense I talk about next week, it's not nonsense. This is important. It's all part of the process and the journey. And I am excited about my Q4 reset because I think it's going to be great. All right, that is everything for this video. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye.